So I'm in London for a few days. All my meetings got cancelled due to train strikes. So yeah, we'll have a chilled out day. Hello everyone and welcome back once again to the Silly Million YouTube channel. As you can see, I've made it back from London in one piece. Now, as you can tell from what I said in the intro, this week was kiboshed a little bit by the strikes in London. So unfortunately, a lot of the meetings that I had planned were cancelled. However, despite that, there's been some really good things that have still happened this week. Things you can expect in the video today. We have once again another new hustle that I'm going to introduce to you. As per usual, an update on some of the existing ones too. And some really good news regarding some potential consulting work, which is obviously one of the main strategies that I'm using for this challenge. So like last week, I'll probably start with just talking about the existing hustles that are going on at the moment. So because I've been travelling a lot this week, I haven't been able to have the time to sit down and actually do the usability testing and the Mechanical Turks as much as I have been able to the past couple of weeks. Mainly because they require sitting in a quiet room and cracking on, and I've been, I think, 5 different beds and 5 different nights staying with friends and family, so I just haven't really had that time to focus on these tasks as much as I have the past couple of weeks. However, despite that, I've still had some payments come through. This week for Mechanical Turk, I've made 60 cents, and for the usability tests, I've made $16. My other passive income streams have only made a small amount due to the reduction in my laptop usage. And because of that, Honeygain only made me 12 cents and the Brave browser only 24 cents this week. Despite thinking that last week I'd be able to redeem the $5 this week for Nielsen, I think it's more likely that it's going to be next week now, as unfortunately I didn't quite get enough points to redeem the voucher this week. So that is what I've been paid this week, and you'll realise that's some of the lowest amount I've been paid in the past few weeks. However, I've been keeping myself busy. I did mention that I'd introduced another side hustle this week, and on Thursday last week I did my first user research call for an hour. This was done for a platform called Take Part in Research. With Take Part in Research, you get to earn money through providing your opinions. However, this is very much different from the kind of standard online surveys that I've maybe talked about before, or what I've done on platforms such as Mechanical Turk. Take Part in Research pay you to take part in market research sessions and focus groups, for a pretty decent little sum of money, to be fair. You can apply for projects through their individual application pages, with the length of the application form varying depending on what the researcher requires. You can apply for projects through their individual application pages, with the length of the application form varying depending on how specific the participant criteria is. If your application for a project is successful, one of their team will give you a call to ask the last few questions and make sure that you fit the criteria. If you do, you'll be booked in to take part, and you'll also get an email with all the details you need. In my case, I did a one-to-one with a research agency on behalf of HMRC regarding tax, self-employment, money management, running a business, tips on how they can improve their service, and loads more other things. The conversation itself wasn't intense, and it was actually quite a pleasant experience. My reward for taking part in this was between £45 to £60, or $53 to $71 when converting to dollars. However, like I said in my previous videos, I'm only counting payments that have physically been paid into my bank account or PayPal, otherwise I'm not going to contribute them as a final total to the balance. On their website it says it can take up to 30 days for it to hit my PayPal. And like my other hustles, I'll just leave another link in the description for these. Now, some of the other conversations I've had this week have revolved around new consultancy work. For privacy and non-disclosure reasons, I'll never actually discuss the actual client's name, but what I'll try and do is talk about the potential work streams. The first piece of work that's close to coming in is for analytics work. I won't go too much into these elements because it's kind of just talking about my job, and I know that a lot of you probably don't just like hearing about people talk about their jobs because you can't relate to it. But in essence, this is just working with Google Analytics to just reconfigure some of their views so that they can look at their data properly. The second call I had is to potentially work with a big global client across a number of their brands. I know that's really vague for now, but at this point it's just early day conversations. But a good way to sum it up is that it's a really good, exciting opportunity to work with a big player in their industry. The final bit of progress I wanted to talk about this week was potentially working with Amazon FBA. For those that haven't heard of Amazon FBA before, Amazon has one of the most advanced fulfillment networks in the world. With Fulfillment by Amazon FBA, you store your products in Amazon's fulfillment centres, and they pick, pack, ship and provide customer service for all of these products. FBA can help you scale your business and reach more customers, and help provide a great alternative if you don't have storage for online goods. Naturally, Amazon takes a hefty cut for this, but this challenge that I'm doing is all about having multiple different income streams, and the more passive it is, the better. And one advantage of this is if I can have Amazon handle that work stream, then that's just something that I don't need to spend as much time focusing on. The call I had this week was with a potential partner who can focus on helping me set it all up. However, I'm going to require a good amount of capital to actually do this hustle. So right now, the money is a bit limited when it comes to reinvesting it. Naturally, I hope to be able to provide a little bit more detail on this moving forward in future. So that's the summary for this week. I know revenue is lower. However, bigger steps have been kind of put into place so that hopefully that can jump in the coming weeks. As I said in last week's video, just always remember the plateau of latent potential. At the start, you'll always feel like you're behind. But the main thing to remember is just build those foundations early, and you'll always have the potential to catch up later down the line. Thanks for watching this week's video. As I said earlier, the links to all the side hustles I ever show on this channel will always be down in the description below. Feel free to like and subscribe, and remember, it's okay sometimes to be a little bit silly.